What up? It's your girl Jason back again. Mind your business about my nails. Yeah. Okay, so look, I know I'm not the best YouTuber ever, soon to be, but we're getting it together. We have our technical things together. We're getting it together, you guys. So that first product was my Fenty hydrating primer, and I never really was I never really thought primers just, brought your skin to life how everybody on YouTube made it seem, but nah, that one is tough. Like 10 out of 10. And then I have my Laura Mercier hydrating primer also, and this one I feel is a bit overrated. But I mean, that's just me. I definitely, if I had to choose out of the two, definitely would go with Fenty. But I've also been doing two highlighters instead of one. I just feel like they just soak in my skin really well. And they just make everything look just glossy and glowy and flawless and super hydrated. Like my skin just looks amazing. And I accidentally just said highlighters. I meant primers, but I'm a dry skin girl, so I use hydrating primers. And as y'all can see, the skin is just looking like really smooth, really great. Mind your business when it comes to my nails. I said what I said. But anyways, yeah. Everything was looking pretty good. I was on my way to brunch and I really was supposed to be rushing, but I wasn't rushing. I was clearly taking my sweet old time and I definitely ended up being late. But anyways, let's get into it. Focus. Baby, can you focus? Period. Okay, so look, vocals. Anyways, the skin is skinning, as you guys can see, and I'm a browse before anything kind of girl. And if you're not, fight me. But anyway, we're gonna use our Elf brow lift, which is basically like the Anastasia brow lift or brow gel. Oh no, it's the brow freeze. Anyways, I never really thought I needed it, but it got recommended to me by the employee at Ulta. So I just kind of like, okay, I try, and I really do enjoy it. As you can see, I just take a little bit, like how y'all be putting a little bit of edge control on y'all edges, and I just kind of straighten it out with a regular like eyelash spoolie. That spoolie is really for my eyelash extensions, but I use it for my brows because I don't get eyelash extensions that much because I'm broke and broke. But anyways, as y'all can see, it didn't take much. It was a really good purchase. Let me get up close to make sure that's right. Okay, cool. So it was a really good purchase and I really like it. And also let this set before you try and draw in your eyebrows with the pencil. Like it will definitely mess up. When I say let it set, I literally mean let it dry because if you don't, you're going to go in and it's just going to be a huge mess. You're going to have to start over. Like, just let it dry. Later on in the video, you guys are going to see me go back in after I conceal my brows with my NYX eyebrow pencil. So, like I said, currently I'm concealing my brows with the ColourPop Hydrating Concealer in the shade 120. I really do love that concealer. Very creamy, and as you can see, I don't put a whole lot. I just kind of go in with that flat brush and just kind of carve out. I also don't like to carve out the top of my brow. It's just not a look that I'm a huge fan of. I don't use a super highlighted concealer either, and I don't use a whole bunch, just enough to make sure it looks carved out. So after that's done, I'm going to blend out the bottom of my eyebrows with my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, which is the number 300. I believe it's supposed to be for eyeshadow, but as y'all can see, it's literally perfect for blending out under the eye. Like, it can't get any better than that. Like, literally. Like, they just need to change the name of the brush because that's really what it's for. So now I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Luminous Foundation in the shade 430W. And I'm also using my Real Techniques brush, the Seamless Complexion brush in the number 241. Y'all, that brush is amazing. Like, I haven't put it down since I bought it. It's literally amazing. Like, how it's made is just top tier. Like, number one foundation brush in the universe. Also, I like to put my products on the brush. Well, I like to put my foundation on the brush so that way I know I'm not putting too much, and I like to kind of go in with a little and then, go in later to cover up if I need more. A lot of times we put our foundation on our face and then end up using too much, or we kind of look like caked up or whatever, and that's just not what I prefer. But I definitely feel like that's the best foundation brush, and as you guys can see, I'm just going over everything, patting it down. And I want to say, like, this part took me forever because I am a blend girl. Like, I will really blend until there's nothing else to blend. Now I have to add more. I'm terrible, but it took me some time. So I'm gonna fast forward this part. Like I said, it took me forever, but I just kind of tap, tap, tap. I don't really scrub or drag around. I just kind of tap, 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 and yeah. So as y'all can see, I literally just blended and tapped my life away. I also like to go in with a sponge after I use the brush just to, make everything a little bit smoother. Just, to make everything blend well. And as y'all can see, that literally took like 30 years. So now I'm going to go in with my Born This Way concealer in butterscotch. As you guys can see, it's literally the color of my skin. And I just recently started doing this again of going in with a concealer that's your skin color and then going on top with something lighter. I think that's better for me. I like that as my base a bit more than just kind of straight up going in with the light highlighter and that be all. Like I would put this on and blend this out first and then go on with something lighter in my corners. Also, I would like to add, I used to do like the concealer your color on the ends and put something light in the middle, but in all honesty, when you blend it all out, like it just all mushes together and it doesn't even look like you put something lighter on. Like all the colors just pretty much merge together in my opinion. But like I told y'all, as you guys can see, I'm going in with my NYX pencil in brunette and filling in my brows after that brow lift has set. And I really never mastered like the fade eyebrow look that we used to do literally in like 2012 and 2015. And I feel like that look is top tier. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not even like talking shit. I think it's amazing. But I never really mastered that skill. And one day I'll get it together. But as you guys can see, I'm just slightly going in with my pencil to fill in my brows a bit. I also never been like a really let your concealer dry down kind of girl either. Cause for me, like maybe I let it dry down too much because I could barely move it. Like I didn't want those problems. But I've learned to let it sit for just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. So now that I let that sit, I'm going to blend it out with my Real Technique setting brush. The number is 402. And I like to go outside in, and I tend to kind of skip my inner corner a little bit. As you can see, I leave just like a little bit of space. I don't fully go into my inner corner because I want that to be for my lighter concealer. I kind of go at like slightly an angle, but I do blend like my mustache area with my under eye, as you can see. And I really do love this concealer. Like everybody ranted on it on YouTube, of course, when it first came out, and the hype has not died down. Like it's still one of the best concealers ever, and like will forever stand. Like Jackie did her thing with that. But as y'all can see, like the concealer is literally my skin tone. Like it looks great, an amazing match. So now I'm going on top of that after I blended it with my ColourPop concealer that I use for my eyebrows. And I just put a little bit in the corners. I'm going to put it in the same places that I put my Born This Way concealer. And this is just to highlight the areas a bit more. I think this is a good shade match for me as well. Like it's light, but not too light to where when I put powder on it, it's going to give me flashback and I'm going to look like a ghost. Also, you guys, I definitely do setting spray between all of these steps and I also spray my brushes as well. So I let that sit for a little while. So I'm just going to go in with my sponge to conceal my nose. I'm going to go up and down just a couple times. And I like to use a sponge and a brush for my concealer. Just kind of going between the two. It's not really like a big deal about it. I just kind of do that myself. And then you're going to see me blend. Oh, child. Then you're going to see me blend the outer corners just to make sure everything is blended together seamlessly. So now I'm going in with the same brush and blending that out, focusing on the inner corners, my mustache area, and slightly the sides of my nose. Also, I'm not a huge fan, like I said again, of super light concealer in the under eye because I feel like when you set it, you don't want it to look like super light, like ghostly, and then you get the flashback. But take your time when you're blending. Like, take as much time as you need to make sure everything is together because once you set it, like, it's set. I go back over it with a sponge to, like I said, make sure that everything is just blended seamlessly and we got it all together. Also, that is a Real Technique sponge. Sky Zone, bitch, my block, jump in, jump out the back, put that thing up, we not humping. Yeah, I was turned. On my mama, Mona Leo did her thing with that. That's on fire. And she hard too, like, put that dick up, we not humping. Period. Zip up your pants, sir. Ooh, child. Y'all see how it got hot in there? It got hot so quick. Anyways, finish blending so we can set this thing on out. So, as y'all can see, we're going to be using our Laura Mercier. Laura Mercier. Child, anyway. Laura Mercier honey. Y'all already know what it is. If the girls that get it, get it. And the girls that don't, you need to get it. Period. And I'm going to go in and set with my Sephora Pro Blush in the number 99. I like to set first. Like, I like to push it into my skin first so it sets. And just particularly for this event, because I knew I was going to be outside, I decided to bake just a little bit. I rarely bake. I literally just take like a small amount of powder and just kind of press it into where I put all of my concealer. But today it was going to be hot. I didn't want to look a melted mess, so we baked a little bit. So now we're going to go in with our Morphe Trailblazer bronzer. I really like this bronzer. I feel like it's for warm undertones and it's not too dark. I do a bit under my chin, on my jawline, and I line up my forehead. The fact that I say line up like I'm sitting in a barber chair, but as you guys can see, I just kind of go up and I just kind of repeatedly go over the same places. Like I said, I don't do too much of bronzing, and I don't contour because I don't know how. I have no idea how y'all be blending it into y'all skin so flawlessly. Like, somebody teach me. And that's another thing about makeup too. When you have on like a lace front or a lace closure, somebody needs to drop a YouTube tutorial for that. It would be greatly appreciated on how to do your makeup with the lace front on so you don't look crazy. And now I'm going in and I'm going to contour my nose a little bit. Now, granted, y'all, I'm not a magician, okay? So look, y'all, I'm not a magician. I don't claim to be, but I do just enough to where it looks a little decent to me. I don't really care for a super harsh contour nose because I don't mind my nose being the fat African American nose that it is, but I do like it to look a little more defined. You're gonna see me bring it up into like my eyebrow area and for my eyes, and because I don't know how to do eyeshadow yet, I'm really like terrible. Because I don't know how to do that yet, I use my bronzer for my eyeshadow as well. But yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm gonna put this shade on my eyes and I think it looks great. I think it's like the perfect brown. And if you're not working with a lot, like if you don't have, like a eyeshadow palette or, different shades of things, definitely buy things that you can use for multiple things. Like the fact that my bronzer can be my bronzer and my eyeshadow and even maybe a lip liner as well. Like definitely think of that when you buy products. Give them multiple uses. Because of editing, you guys didn't get to see, but I used my setting spray before each step. Well, now it's time for blush, and don't judge me because I know y'all be using broken palettes too. Mind yours. Thank you. I'm actually not really sure which shade I use, but I put blush on my cheeks and my nose. I don't do the blush into the under eye. I'm not at that stage yet. You guys can keep that. So now it's time to highlight. I'm going in with this old Anastasia highlight that my sister bought me some years back because I recently broke my highlight palette. But as you guys can see, I highlight my nose, my cupid's bow, and on rare occasions I highlight the corner of my eye. And as you guys can tell by the look on my face, I was just definitely contemplating and deep thought about that decision. It doesn't look bad, but it's a very rare occasion for me to do that. I don't know if it's just my placement or what, but it doesn't look good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh shit. Oh wow. That moment I realized that I had way, way, way too much highlight on my nose, so I just took my foundation brush and just dabbed over it slightly to diminish that. Now we're going in with the Wet n Wild natural setting spray. It's definitely fire. Okay, like I was saying, it's definitely fire. Did the sprout work? It do. Okay, go ahead. It's definitely fire, but okay, anyways, keep going. But as y'all can see, my sprout was messed up and it looked crazy on the face. See? So, we switched over to Morphe with the good mist, period. We love Morphe. We love setting 12 times a day. If you don't set 12 times a day, what are you doing? Now, this clip is me attempting to do lashes, y'all. I'm terrible. I'm an eyelash extension queen because I just can't. I can't do it. I don't watch 30 videos. I just can't. So, next clip will be the finished look, and I hope y'all like it. Okay, so we're gonna say it one last time with Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, and I like that one too. That one and Morphe definitely top tier in my book. And now, as y'all can see, I was being very ghetto. I had my fan right here, and I was driving my face with my fan. See, all up in my personal space. We got it together. We gonna get it together. YouTube gonna see the real. You feel me? Period. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Get ready with me. Stay sucker free in a world full of suckers. I'm out.
I don't know if we can kick it no more. Face niggas, I got